Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, September 16th, 2022. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Friday, everyone. Here's a look at the ES in the daily time frame. One thing we were looking for heading into Thursday's trading was for a failed new high outside day down. The ES barely missed the previous session's high. The NQ got it and subsequently closed outside day down, and we were looking for that to catapult prices lower into and through these prior pivot lows. We're now through there on the lows of the pre-market trade right now, and this is about where a potential rejection could occur. This is the previous week's low price right there. We are through those lows. If at some point later on this session we're able to pop back above those prior lows, back above 930, 940, 950, that could open up a bit of a lower low failure, something along the lines of this right here, and you pop a little bit, or perhaps something along the lines of what we've seen back here. Prior pivot low, the previous week's low, you come down, you trade below it, and then you start to pounce back up. So if there is going to be a rejection, it likely happens as a result of a reaction to this prior pivot low here, which is last week's low. And again, that level is going to be very important. Right now, 38.83 half for the ES, and then you have the 11.935 for the NQ. So that's the zone right there to continue to watch. If at some point we find a rejection on these lows and we pop back above, there could be a little bit of a bounce. But as of right now, the expectation is for further weakness on a swing basis, and likely back to the previous quarter's close price. That's a level that we've been working our way back toward this entire quarter. So you can see here, price took that area bid, rallied, hit the 200-day moving average squat bar here, and has returned ever since, and we're so close to getting that zone. So the expectation here is over the next several days, we likely make our way down by the end of the quarter and return back to break even on the quarter. So further downside price action on a short-term swing basis, but keep an eye on the previous week's low. All right, let's take a look here at the NQ. Okay, here's the NQ. One thing you'll notice about the NQ, outside day yesterday. So this is something we were working on in the trading room on Tuesday, mentioning that Thursday could be an outside day, especially if we get a digestive Wednesday. And this was one of the ones that did it very nicely yesterday. Took out the highs pre-market trading, dropped through the lows, and closed lower. And that's the expectation here after a big rejection day like we saw here, outside day there. The expectation was for further weakness to new lows over the next 1 to 5 days. And so far we've seen that. We've seen price push through the previous week's low. That's that 11.930 level. And again, if prices were to bounce back above that zone, that could be indicative of a rejection developing. So the low is 921 half. You pop above 930, 950, and you start to look like a lower low failure. But as of right now, the expectation is for further weakness, and again, a return to the previous quarter's close price down below. That's about 11,500. That's the previous quarter's close. Again, we saw it close the quarter here after the first 6 months of trading, bounced off of this zone and rallied, squat bar above CVWAP, and then a return almost back to that level. I mean, we're about 95% of the way there, so almost there, and the expectation is we reach that by the end of the quarter. Any pullback could be a selling opportunity until proven otherwise. If we take a look here at crude oil, right now crude oil is about even on the day, but took another tumble yesterday. Again, we mentioned that we could be getting closer to another rotation back down. Mentioned that somewhere in this pivot range up above between 90 and 92 could turn prices down, and it already did it the day before, started to break yesterday. You can see a modified PIMA crossover sell signal here. That's a trend confirmed sell signal that usually can lead to another 1 to 5 days of weakness up ahead. So you see something like this here, you get your day down, you get a little bit of a pullback and continuation here. That's kind of the blueprint moving forward. The 86 edge has been tremendous, but the market has spent way too many days here trading that level and not rejecting and bouncing. instead failing back below it yesterday, today becoming resistance. That could lead to new lows ahead. So again, right now this overhead downtrend continues to remain in play, and this market's still faltering here at the 86 edge. If we take a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin's down about 1/3% right now, and again, big time rejection back here, brought prices back down. Rest after battle, couple days here, now 3 days trading sideways, and still an inability to really get going to the upside. So there could be a big test coming, 18.5 up ahead. Same thing for ETH. ETH right now down 2.7%, and you'll notice it's back in the 1400 zone. 1450 right now. You talk about that 1400 CLVN. We mentioned it ever since it pushed back above. 3 good rallies off that level, now coming back into it. But you can notice right here a bit of a head and shoulder type of pattern that's developed. A hard rejection off the top of the right edge, which is the best zone to defend for bears. And now you push through the market structure support, the neckline at 1400, and there could be a rotation back down across the prior distribution. So that's the potential here. We're back at major support. 1400 is significant. 1300 though is an even bigger CLVN. So quite a bit of support down here, a major cushion of support. Can price bounce again, or do we actually see a transition phase? That's what we're going to be watching for here in ETH as we move forward. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Again, happy Friday, everyone. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.